Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where we track down, body snatch, and react to nothing but the wildest videos I can find on the internet. So whether you like it, love it, or hate it, we're going to react to it. And today, we're going to be going over living on 2 planets. Is it even possible? Let's find out.
The James Webb Telescope has successfully captured images of life on another planet that's almost identical to Earth. 2 weeks earlier, the world's most powerful telescope was focused on a planet when it noticed something strange. The planet K218b, discovered in 2015, is about 10 times larger than Earth. It's particularly unique because it's completely covered in water. This means that water and oxygen probably exist there. However, when researchers analyzed the images from the James Webb Telescope, they saw something odd. The telescope had recorded traces of carbon dioxide and dimethyl sulfide. The craziest part is that the only time we've seen dimethyl sulfide occur naturally was here on Earth, in our oceans. But as the researchers viewed the telescope images to the end, they saw something inexplicable. On a part of the planet, you can see the silhouette of a giant sea monster. After some calculations, they figured out that this monster was over 328 feet long. This discovery is so insane that a photo leaked due to a researcher's mistake. So if you want a chance to see this before anyone else,
Click here, then click on the More and click on Chrome.
This is Kepler 186f, Earth's distant twin. In 2014, NASA spotted a world that instantly changed the rules of the game. What makes this rocky exoplanet so intriguing is that it was the first Earth-sized planet ever discovered in the habitable zone of another star. That means it's in just the right position to potentially support liquid water, the essential ingredient for life as we know it. Located about 500 light-years away in the constellation Cygnus, Kepler 186f orbits a red dwarf star, a much smaller and dimmer star.
So they're saying that water is the most important thing for life. There's gotta be more life form out there, guys.
Than our sun. Though the planet is only about 10% larger than Earth, the environment would be dramatically different. Sunlight on this world would be reddish and muted. Imagine a planet where every day looks like an endless sunset. If life exists there, it might have evolved to thrive in low light. Photosynthetic organisms could have deep red or even black pigments to absorb the limited energy. Animal-like life forms might rely on heat-sensing organs or even bioluminescence, lighting up the shadowed forests or dark oceans like glowing jellyfish. The planet may even have subsurface.
You guys, if I ever get the opportunity to leave this planet, or meet an alien, or any of that shit, man, I'm jumping on that. It's always been a life. I've always yearned for that, you know. Checking out some alien life form, or just getting to know some extraterrestrials. That's all.
Oceans or cloud-covered continents teeming with microbial colonies, forming the foundation for a rich, alien biosphere.
Could we change other planets in our solar system and a lot of air into the atmosphere?
Not just air, CO2. So you need factories over there. You have to set that greenhouse effect because you need these waters, these oceans to thaw out, allowing oxygen into the air.
A mixture of nitrogen and oxygen until the atmosphere was as heavy as Earth. It would melt the ice, restore the atmosphere, and thanks to Elon Musk, you may one day walk around your second home in the universe. Follow for more.
It turns out what the ancients were trying to tell us is that Earth is actually made up of 2 planets, one 6,000 years old and the other 4.5 billion years old. And these two Earths are of different energy states. One is a very high energy state, one a low energy state. In the scriptures, they're called a spirit Earth and a temporal Earth. One day, this day, right now, the 21st century, they would come apart.
No, what do you mean come apart? Physically?
Yes, physically, the higher vibrational Earth would become dissident with the lower vibrational Earth, and they would separate, just like the human spirit separates from the human body. Earth is about ready to either go through birth or go through death.
On April 18, 2013, astronomers announced the discovery of the Kepler-62 system, which contains the Earth-sized planets orbiting within the habitable zone of their parent star, Kepler-62. These planets, named Kepler-6 and Kepler-6 F, are located approximately 1,200 light-years away from Earth in the constellation of Lyra. Their discovery was made using data from NASA's Kepler Space Telescope. The identification of these Earth-like planets raised excitement among scientists as they represented potential candidates for hosting liquid water and potentially life as we know it.
Have you ever been talking to somebody and while you're listening to them or you're saying something, this like voice in your head says, it's like they live on a different planet. Like, how do they even believe this stuff? Or what are they talking about? That doesn't even happen in my world. We're living on different planets. Yes, you're right. You are living on different planets. We create our own world. When people are telling you what's happening for them, they're not lying, even if you can't see it. I mean, okay, sometimes people are lying, but for the most part, if they're being sincere, that is what's happening in their world. Their interpretation, their experience, their lens, their perspective. That's what it means when we say, like, you create your own experience. The way you interpret what's happening actually creates the world you live in. They are on a different planet. Their own.
I know she was speaking metaphorically, but still seems like we are.
In 1899, Frederick
Wouldn't that be crazy if Earth was like that? Like a bunch of blisters all over it?
Spencer Oliver published a book called A Dweller on Two Planets, which tells an amazing story that was found written on ancient Hindu tablets. Over 1 million years ago, the Earth was ruled by two very advanced civilizations, the Atlanteans and the Lemurians, and both cultures had technology that far exceeds our own. Atlantis was the dominant culture, and for many years it was benevolent. But about 25,000 years ago, Atlantis became corrupt and wanted to rule all people on the Earth. Lemurians rejected this idea and wanted to be left alone. And after much internal conflict, Atlantis decided to go to war with the Lemurians. And for years, the two mighty civilizations deployed devastating nuclear weapons against each other. The explosions were so violent that they caused the Earth's tectonic plates to become unstable and the magnetic poles to shift. Finally, a massive flood tore across the planet and laid waste to both civilizations. In all, 60 million Lemurians died. Atlantis suffered severe losses as well. The few surviving Atlanteans evacuated to Agartha, an underground city that we'll be covering on this channel. The last remaining Lemurians fled to Mount
We will be going over that with him too.
Shasta and established a city called Telos. And what's amazing is there's a Hawaiian legend that says the islands of Hawaii were once part of a vast continent called Mu, also known as Lemuria. And once J.C. Brown learned of these stories, he was convinced that he had found the lost civilization of Lemuria under Mount Shasta. So he decided, now 30 years later, it was time to go back to the mountain.
The James Webb Telescope has succeeded.
Oh my God. We are going to have to dig into that one as soon as I come up, as soon as I can find anything else on it. Anyways, that's all for for today's show, guys. Appreciate all you guys stopping in. Make sure you guys are sharing the content. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that leave a message. Leave a comment. And till next time, guys, much love and stay lifted.